Hey Donovan, a couple of the guys were talking about the last couple of days of practice that you guys have had a break in the schedule that's rare this time of year. What did you gain from that, and what kinds of things did you see from those practices put into action?
Well, I think the first thing is rest, mental rest. I think is huge. Tough loss to Toronto, bad loss. We win in Detroit. We get that one day off where we're just doing nothing. It kind of gives us just a reset for everybody. Coming to practice, we pretty much scrimmaged the whole time, just playing free, playing basketball, and then Tuesday locking back in and obviously shoot around. So I think that's the biggest thing. Is, just sometimes it's good to just kind of take a step back and breathe for a second. I think this break was good. Obviously, we would love to be in Vegas right now, but I think for us just to take that step and now to come out and play the way we played tonight was great. But it's one night. That's kind of where I'm at. This is great win, but we got to do it again in 2 days.
What worked well offensively for you guys tonight?
Just being aggressive. I think we had some silly turnovers to start the game. We weren't able to convert when we were getting stops. But at the end of the day, the first quarter was 37-20. We got stops, which was huge. But we were also, making plays, just trying to be aggressive myself, and Max obviously coming out hot as well. I think that definitely helps. So, and then be able to maintain it, throughout the entire game, I think was huge.
You mentioned that, maintaining it throughout the entire game. Like, they made a few runs here or there, but you withstood every single one of them. Is that a sign of growth, or what is that?
Yeah, but also we shouldn't even get to those points. I think that's we hold ourselves to a high standard in that regard. I don't think we're happy with some of them, but obviously it's not going to be perfect. We're going to have those instances throughout the game, and for us to continue to, especially against a team like this, so they don't quit. They've been playing well the entire year. For us just to continue to build on that, I think is the biggest thing. And like I said, we did it tonight, and then we got to do it again on Friday, and then do it again on Monday. Keep going from there.
Donovan, in that little mini break that you guys had with the practices on Monday and Tuesday, how much emphasis was there on ball movement and body movement, and do you think there was a step made in that direction tonight?
Yeah, I think we played, really well in that way tonight, and like I said to Chris, I think, I don't mean to sound negative when I say this, but, we did it tonight. Now, so let's do it again. You know what I mean? That's the biggest thing is this is who we are. This is how we need to play as a group, as a whole. And, now it's like, let's do it again. That's kind of my mindset, not getting too excited to step in the right direction. But, we have a tough schedule coming up. We need some wins, and we got to continue to play that way as a group on both ends of the floor.
Ethan Sand, Cleveland.com. Darius Garland had 9 assists, no turnovers. He's been struggling with assists as of late. How important was it for you guys to have him back at full strength?
Yeah, to see him going out there making those consistent decisions, making the right plays. When he's not out there, second guessing, kind of getting down and being him. That's when we're at our best. And you're as a player, you go through stretches. It happens, and there's an expectation put on him because he's, as good as he is. And, obviously we all know that he's struggled in the turnover area, but, he works his butt off, and it's going to continue to trend upward, more nights than it won't, you know what I mean? So nights like this are great, and it's great to see him continue to play that way. But I keep saying this, man, we did it tonight, and we got to do it again and again and again.
The defense limited the opposing team to 9% from 3. You guys are more of a paint-focused team, but what were you able to do defensively to slow them down on the perimeter?
Make them have to make threes. Tonight they did not, and Paolo kind of got going in the mid-range area. He's a talented player, and I think we see him again in a few days, so that'd be a point of emphasis as well. And I think the biggest thing now is just continue to make it tough on opponents in our paint. Out of their 52 points at half, I think 36 for them are in the paint or something like that. So, kind of trying to take that number down. And like I said, just continue to build throughout these wins. That's the biggest thing. You want to learn through wins as opposed to losses. I think we've done that enough already. So I think for us, it's continuing to, get better. And also, we put them on the free throw line too many times. Both of our bigs have 5, and Max had 5. I had 3. We put them on the free throw line way too much, especially in that second quarter. Kind of allowed them to get back. So if we can fix that, going forward, we'll be in good shape.
Spencer Davis, Cavs Insider. My question was going to be about that. How hard is it to kind of get back into a game flow when there is so much stoppage like that too with those fouls?
Yeah, it's tough, and you could debate. I could sit here and debate all these foul calls with the refs and all that, but for us to be who we want to be, they're going to be nights like that. They're going to be nights where we think they're the wrong call, but at the end of the day, what was it? Free throw disrespect. Well, I don't think it was that far off. I can't even see it. They had 37, we had 20, but at the end of the day, for us to still win the game by the margin we wanted, and quite frankly, it was put away. They made a run, but it was put away. I think that just shows the mental fortitude we have as a group. We put some lineups out there. We're playing 5 smalls, just being able to adapt to any situation. But there's gonna be nights like that where we don't agree. But for us, it's how do we respond and how do we continue to play.
This mindset of let's do it again. Why is it such a point of emphasis for you at this point?
Because it's time. I think. We had October, November, kind of figuring things out, injuries, whatnot, guys coming in and out of the lineup. We haven't played our best basketball, in my personal opinion, as a group. So now it's, we got a test. We got a test coming up. We got teams that are ahead of us in the standings. We got teams that have been playing well. So for us to be who we want to be and the team we all know we can be, we got to continue to put these games together. And it's just that time.
Chris? Donovan, that moment late in the third quarter where George hit the 3 at the top of the key and you guys forced them to call timeout, and then everybody was jumping on George and things like that. What was it about that moment that was so important?
Gee, man, he's just to see him fired up like that, kind of going and kind of set, like they were making a run, and for us, I think I had just hit a 3 and then he comes down, makes one, like that's a 6-0 run right there, make him call a timeout, and for it to be him, he's a guy that's energetic and fiery, in the huddles, kind of holding everybody accountable as he should, and I think that was just something that we all just felt that like, all right, like boom, like all right, there's that big 3, and that's what we need out of him. That's why he's here. That's why you're seeing that as his play has been, phenomenal these past few games. So I think that's the biggest thing now is like when he's hitting those 3s for us and doing what he does, we get excited.
So many guys have talked about his maturity, his leadership, his experience, like all that kind of stuff. Him talking, saying things when they need to be said. Has he always been like that as somebody who's been around him a long time?
And that's why, during this offseason, I was, excited for him, to come because not only, he sees the game, he sees he's been around winning basketball, but we also played together. So for a guy like myself, you have coaches holding you accountable, you have teammates, but then when you have a guy that's known you since the ball was put into your hand, so he can, there was a time that I got my shot blocked and he's like, hey, 4 guys are open, like make the right play. You know what I mean? So that's something you want. It's a guy you want in your team, and it's not just myself, but I'm just speaking from my own personal, standpoint. I think that's something that you really want in a teammate, and a brother. I love that guy, man. So it's great to have him here, and continue to hold everybody accountable, and also continue to play at the level he's been playing at.
Okay, it's gonna wrap it up.